Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I bring you guys this quick, well not quick, this I guess kind of in-depth product review of the Pyle 5-channel professional compact audio mixer with USB interface, whatever that means. The reason why I'm making this video is mainly because I wanted something to help me be able to control my audio levels, because I do have a Zoom H2 in, which is what I'm recording my audio in right now. So I wanted a way to be able to control the volume levels coming into my Zoom H2 in whenever I record, because I actually had very recently experience where I recorded for an event and I wanted to get some good audio, so I used my Zoom H2 in like I normally do, and I connected it directly to the audio mixers, the person who was doing audio mixing, and they had no way to control the output. And long story short, I don't have audio for that thing. Well, I have some backup audio, but I'll talk about more about that later. Anyway, so all that aside, I wanted a way to be able to control the audio that was coming into my Zoom H2 in. And yeah, I know to a certain extent it's a little bit crazy to try to get a mixer for a Zoom H2 in. All that aside, I wanted something for that. I wanted something for that for my purpose. So I want to go ahead and do a product review because I was really worried. I was really skeptical that it would actually be any good, because I saw absolutely no video reviews on this specific product, and I want to go ahead and just alleviate the internet the stress that comes with all this. So I'll go ahead and preface everything by saying that I am not a professional audio engineer. I am not what some people like to call themselves audiophile. I am not concerned about audio in the sense that I want the super fine grained detail. So I'm not super detail oriented when it comes to audio. I just want good audio, or generally good audio. That's all I want. So when it comes to audio, I'm not focused on the small gains and the small little mids, lows, and tones and all this stuff. That's not me. So anyway, I say all that just to say that everything I'm going to tell you guys is from a very generic perspective. It's from a perspective of somebody who is not really into audio all that much, but they just wanted something a lot better than what options that they had. And that's what you're going to hear all this from. So keep that in mind. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. There's going to be a lot of details I'm not going to go over, so sorry about that. Anyway, moving over to the meat of this thing, this is the Pyle 5-channel professional compact audio mixer with USB interface, which is actually really interesting. And this is the box that it came in. It was actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, which is fantastic. I wanted something small and portable. Those are my checklists: small, portable, and battery operated. That's all. Those three things. If it hit those three things and it allowed me to control the audio, then I was perfectly fine with whatever the heck I got. I really didn't care. Like, I literally didn't care. So this hit all the check marks. That's why I bought it. And right now is currently sitting for $53.86 on Amazon. I'm not gonna bother opening up the box because I already opened it up, so it's called this aside and get the actual device out here. This is the actual device. I have it plugged into the wall right now, just to show that it does plug into the wall. Before showing a little green power light, it makes sense that it's not charging right now, mainly because either it's fully charged or the simple fact that I had to use a USB extension cord to try to get all the way over here, which is probably not the most ideal situation in the world. Anyway, all that aside, charges via USB. This is a USB Type B connector on this side, and this is the one that you usually use for printers or stuff like that. This one can send data, so data can come through to it. You can actually use, or one of the options is for you to be able to use the mixer with a USB interface, which is actually really cool. Let's get into the actual thing. Like I said, this device is really small relative to what I was expecting. I was expecting maybe a slight bit larger, and I was really worried about that. The buttons and knobs and everything don't stick out too much. And the reason why I was concerned about that is because what I hold all my camera stuff in, it's one of those Amazon bags. It's actually a really good bag, and I want to be able to store this in it without taking up too much space. And I was really concerned about the knobs, like maybe knocking off or anything. So the size is perfect for what I wanted. It has all the functionality that I'm looking for, and I guess we can go ahead and start getting into the details. All right, so now that we got things all zoomed in here, let me go ahead and talk about the inputs that we have. Start off with this one. This is a combination XLR 1/4 jack mic input. This is for mic input, but you can put whatever you want into it, to be honest. These right here will be your RCA? Yeah, RCA connectors. So it's two RCA connectors for your left and right. You also have tape in and also tape out, which is interesting because I'm not really sure the difference between all those, but I know that you can put sound into this one and sound comes out of that one. That's all I need to know. Like I said, I'm not professional. Sorry guys, can't give you some super high level professional information. I just want to get a video out there so that way people can rest assured that they're getting a good product. Here you have a main out, so if you want to feed all of your main audio from here, this is an 1/8 inch headphone jack. And also you have here for a monitor, it's the 1/8 inch headphone jack as well. So you have 1/8 inch headphones for both of those. So moving on to these parts down here, you have these two little buttons with the tape in. So you can assign the tape in to the main. You can also assign the tape in to the monitor. So you can go ahead and do that. So you can have your tape in headphones, the headphones that you want to use, the high quality ones over there. And tape out will be just your main pumping out the sound to, I guess, the stereo systems you're connected to. With the tape in, you can assign tape in to the main, which assigns the audio coming in to the tape in to this knob here, which is, I mean, I'm not really sure why you actually do that, but I mean, like I said, I'm not an audio person, so I wouldn't really know. But you do have the option. Now moving on to the rest of the things, just since I give you guys a tour, you have your on off switch here, so you can turn it on, turn it off. And as you can see, it did turn on, which is awesome. This is battery powered. I love that. It's rechargeable battery, so it kind of sucks, but it's still battery powered nonetheless. You got your gain knob for your mic in, or whatever's in this side. So this whole section here is together. You have your gain knob, so you can control the gain coming up from that. You have your high, your low, and you have your left and right, so you can control all those fine-tuned controls. So that's really cool. You also have down here your main level. So this will do the mix level, so you can tell it to be min or max, and that basically controls what overall gets sent over to this side, which comes out of the main out, which I guess makes sense. Moving to the monitor, this knob here controls only the monitor side. So this can allow you to turn down the main volume on the monitor headphones, so you can listen to the general sounds. So you can make sure everything's all fine and dandy. Moving on down to these controls, you have your high, lows, and balance on left and right, which is all fine. That all corresponds directly to whatever you plug into the line in here. Moving over to this, you can use the USB as line in, which is amazing. So you can connect this directly to your computer if you want to go ahead and get all that set up. Get this all connected to your computer. It does have the connection back there, and like I showed you before, it charges via USB, and it also allows you to send data through the USB. But you can go ahead and do that if you want to feed sound in from your computer and do the mixer and then push it back out, which is awesome. So that's always an option, which is this is like a really like middle of the ground item. Like I love this already. Moving over to everything else, you have your main knob that you can control your main knob. You have your left and right clip, and that's really about it. I mean, there's nothing else special about this. So what I'm gonna do, since I'm done with the whole tour of the device, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my Zoom H2N that I have here before me, and I'm gonna switch it over to the sound in the mixer, and I'll do some voiceover so I'll talk about what's going on while you guys listen to the mixing of some music. I mean, that's really it.